Our presentation is going to start in one, two, three. So, have you ever imagined a world where AI and human beings would live together? And I think it would raise the questions about whether AI could pose a threat to the future of humanity, or it could unexpectedly become an effective solution to a social issue called racism. I am Ngoc Linh, a competitor in the Global Youth Challenge 2024, and I would like to thank the judges and the organizers of the Global Youth Challenge for giving me this opportunity to join the finals. Well, AI has become an essential part of our daily lives, and AI operation is based on human beings' knowledge. So I believe that AI can offer human beings a future with less or no racism, which will foster the development of worldwide human rights. Well, so in this speech, I would like to divide it into two main parts, what and how. Firstly, what? What are the negative effects of racism? And there are several disadvantages relating to racial aspect, including healthcare inequalities and online discrimination. Turning to healthcare inequalities, well, racism happens when one group of people do not receive equal medical treatment as other groups. And turning to online discriminations, as people are using social networking platforms on a regular basis, the topic of racism could be discussed and approached regularly. So it would enhance the discriminations due to skin tones, race, or appearance on a social media. So how? How can we solve the problem? My suggestions is advancing social media using AI applications. For example, using artificial intelligence, companies and businesses can build an effective and meaningful marketing strategy by automatic analysis of keyword research, hashtag measurements, or purchasing records. Identifying the group of customers and what are their main interests or desire of those group, companies are able to create various products that become suitable and enhance the diversity in race and the origin of those customers. And moreover, AI can be applied to medical research. Well, for instance, AI can advance the data system in medication by coding with diverse identification and facial information of the patients. Well, by this way, the machines used to predict illnesses can offer patients an equal treatment and equal predictions regardless of their skin tones, their race, or their appearance. And this also helps to concentrate on researching genes causing disease, no matter who the patient are, what nations they belong to, or what their skin tone they have. So in conclusion, artificial intelligence appliances can support the alleviation of racism by advancing social platforms as well as medical research. And AI can bring a future in which humanity can live in equality and a world where people's races do not affect their human rights. And that is also the end of my presentations. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Nguyen Ngoc. Medical use or medical applications of AI research is one of my own interests and has been for a long time. Thank you. So you're going to have a question now from Jim Slota.
I get my notes up here. There's so many. Okay. I really appreciate, again, you're addressing this important matter. And indeed, some of our experiences online are actually helping to reveal the serious racial inequities and specific forms of racism that exist in the world. So by bringing it all online, we can actually see it when before it might have been hidden, but still present. It's also true that some of the online interactions are reinforcing inequities and racism and making things worse. So it's an interesting tension there. I also appreciated that you were able to draw on some research papers and articles to support your arguments in your essay. So that's great. With respect to AI, racism has been seen in the algorithms developed, for example, to perform facial recognition. Mm-hmm. Okay, so there are a few reasons for the systematized racism in AI. It could be like in the case of face recognition that there was a biased use of the training data. They used mostly white faces in their training the system. So when black faces were finally tried, the system was poor in discriminating those. But even more commonly in large language models, generative AI, it's because the internet itself is skewed toward the white, Western, affluent, technology using demographics, the Eurocentric worldviews, and this sort of thing. So the internet is what the internet is, and the AI has the internet as its brain, right? So again, that's the training data and that's the knowledge referent for AI systems. They will inherently be biased with regard to race, culture, socioeconomics. Your essay, I'm getting to my question. Your essay and presentation suggests that AI has the potential to reduce racism and bias. You say by advancing social media and medical research. Some of the approaches you suggest for social media, adding hashtags and supporting racially diverse products, they're not really very AI. Those are already kind of things we can do without AI. My question is, it might be that AI can help us fight racism and inequity, but how can we reduce the racism and inequity that are currently baked into AI?
I actually don't really understand the term,
So
that.
AI systems are inherently racist and inequitable because the internet is inherently racist and inequitable, or at least racially biased, not racist necessarily, but there's intrinsic biases in the basis of AI. So it's true that AI might be able to help us do some things to reduce racism and inequity, but AI itself has intrinsic bias and inequity. How can we help reduce that?
Well, I think that to the best of my knowledge, I think AI offer human beings like automatic analysis of the hashtags. I know that hashtag is create or ourselves, like we don't need AI to use that, but in order to create like a analysis, detailed analysis of the hashtag so that we can create a certain strategy, so we can actually gain more insight into this the status quo, and therefore we can suggest certain solutions to racism by using the automatic analysis of artificial intelligence. Yeah. So basically, we are using AI as like a foundation to create a solution and to solve the problem.
Okay, thank you. Be careful though, because it's fundamentally a biased foundation. So we've got to watch out for that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your question.
Thank you very much, Professor Slota. Yeah, caution. You must be very, very careful and be very cautious. Professor Howard Lin has a question for you. Oh, I think you may be muted, Professor.
Sorry, always forget. Yeah, and again, I think important issue, racism, but ethics, fairness, and human rights, everything. But I think I read your paper. I think you need to really think hard on the logic. You know, AI in a common language is just the AI help, like marketing company, to better targeting, right? So because they know the character or features, whatever parameters, each person. So knowing that, with that deep knowledge, company can do two things, two opposite things. One, I think is that what you refer to is better serve that specific target group, right? Now, in your example, you can serve, for example, the Black community, better with the product that fit their needs, right? On the other hand, it's just like Professor Slaughter just mentioned, they can actually use to discriminate the certain segment of the population. So here exactly the tool that can either make, serve the people better equally, or actually discriminate, using some strategy to, treat people unfairly. Yeah, that's what they say. That's what, the other, yeah, I think there's some noise in the background. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, it's just that you need to be careful. This is to conserve, for those very outside purpose. Yeah. So did you, do you agree? Yeah, I think you touch upon one side, the advantage. I mean, the positive, potential positive side of the AI application. Maybe now this is a comment. So what's my question is, can you think about the other side of the application of AI tool in this marketing targeting strategy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you for your questions. Allow me to answer. So, my answer to this question is that upon grading my paperwork, I have thought about both sides of the AI applications on social medias and the marketing strategy. And I believe that it could also offer certain disadvantages, and it could enhance the discriminations. However, I believe that because as I already mentioned in like the beginning of the speech and the essay, that while it's mostly based on humans, like human beings' knowledge, because it's created by human, right? So I think that AI it's like a friend, a tool to help us to solve the issues of racism. However, the foundations, like the base of everything, should started with human beings' intellect. So AI should only play a role as like a supporter of of the whole plan, of the whole solution. I think that it should also consisted of humans' intellect and knowledge and perspective as well. So yeah, that is my response to.
So you emphasize knowledge, but there's attitude can be built in to the machine, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.